Hey, friends. Happy Winning Wednesday. And I hope that's the mindset that you're entering to this day full of limitless possibilities with. That mindset that I can win towards my goals, that I can win towards my dreams, that I can simply show up today and win towards the things I'm looking to achieve. I think that's a powerful statement there, that winning is the end goal. But knowing that winning starts with you making that decision to. I want you to think about all the great sports teams, right? All the great success stories when it comes about winning the game really came down to winning demands you put in the work. Winning demands you keep showing up. And winning demands you stay consistent. So I want you to ask yourself that question. Are you setting yourself up to win by simply putting in the work? Are you setting yourself up to win by continuing to show up even when it's hard? Are you setting yourself up to win, realizing that setting you up for success? Isn't that powerful? That winning is really inevitable if you're doing the work. Maybe you found yourself always falling short of the goal, feeling that winning was an option. I think at this point of the year, it's time to ask yourself, are you doing what it takes to win? Are you putting in the work? Are you showing up even when it gets hard? Are you staying consistent despite the challenges, despite the setbacks, believing in the process? Because I want to think about times I showed up to football practice as I remember as a kid, and you show up to practice and you feel like you're doing the same drill over and over and over every day. And I always like how the coach, he really focused on the tiny things. It's the tiny things that you do consistently right, or what sets you up for success. He wasn't bringing us something new every day. We were literally practicing the same skill, the same set. And as a kid, you're thinking like, man, there's no way we're going to get any better because we're doing the same thing. And I want to say that sometimes winning the work isn't always going to be exciting. The work isn't always going to feel like you're getting better. At many times, I felt like I was doing everything wrong in practice. I feel like I was running the wrong direction, going to the wrong hole as a running back, or blocking the wrong person. But it was over time, running the same drill, doing the same old, as a kid, you're like, this is so boring. We're running the same play over and over and over. But eventually, there were no mistakes. I want you to hear that again. It's eventually, you work out all the kinks. The play become something you could run in your sleep because it was drilled over and over. And as we put in the work, the results became inevitable. The play always worked. Why? Because it was something we practiced. It wasn't always, don't get me wrong, the practice wasn't exciting, but the work always isn't going to be exciting. But can you keep showing up even when it feels boring? Can you keep showing up even when it's hard? Can you keep showing up even though the result isn't guaranteed? Because I believe that's a key factor when it comes to winning. Because winning is a choice. But at the end of the day, winning is up to you. Maybe you feel that winning is outside of you. Maybe you find yourself blaming others for the result. But at the end of the day, winning is your choice. And winning is still up to you. So I want to give you a framework of winning today. I know we usually go into a daily positive conversation, but today I want to give you a framework. And the word is WIN. And I believe that if you want to make win choice and winning a habit, W is going to stand for why. Because for many reasons, you find yourself lacking motivation, lacking inspiration, not having the willingness to do the work. Because at the end of the day, you didn't know why you were doing it. I realized there was those times in practice where I wasn't motivated, where I was feeling bored, is I didn't know why I was doing it. But when you know your why, when you have that clarity, you'll be motivated. You'll know that the reason you're doing the work is going to pay off. The reason you're doing the work is to get better. But it's when you don't know your why, you have that lack of motivation. So maybe you found yourself this year trying to set yourself up to win, trying to do the work, but you find yourself many times not knowing why. And I think that many times you find yourself not knowing why, and you might find yourself going in the wrong direction because you never had true clarity of what the end goal was. So you find yourself getting the wrong result because you never know what you were supposed to do. But when you know what to do, when you know why you're doing it, it's easier to find what will get you there. I want you to hear that again. When you have the why behind the work, it's easier to find the steps that'll get you there. Based off of now we have technology. I mean, you could Google search how to get there. You could find a mentor, but it's when you lack clarity and what the why is, and you leave it up to the sky, that you feel lost, unmotivated, and uninspired. So now we're going to go into I. And I is going to stand for, I is standing for, yes. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. So I is going to stand for intention. So now that you have your why, now we know why we're doing it. Now we have to be intentional. I is going to stand for intention. Are you being intentional with your goals? Are you being intentional with your dreams? Are you being intentional to the work that's going to get you there? Because if you find yourself starting your day without intention, without a plan, without the goal, it's so easy for someone else to make a plan for you, to follow someone else's goal, to follow someone else's direction. Because I found myself being the more complacent when I didn't set the intention for my day, which is going to set you up to win. When you're not having a game plan to follow, when you don't have a goal, it's easy to track. And one of my favorite quotes says, people's plans, if you don't have a plan, someone else will plan for you. I want you to hear that again. If you don't have a plan, you'll be working someone else's plan. And I found myself many times in that situation, wondering why I wasn't getting closer to my goal, wondering why I was feeling unmotivated. But I was realizing that I was lacking the intention. I was lacking the roadmap to get me to success. When I set myself up to win with my why, and I had the intention behind it, I had that roadmap to success. But now we're going to go into our end. Because just because you know why, and you have the intention behind it, and as I would say, the most important part, N stands for no excuses. Because it's going to get tough. I'm not saying it's going to be easy because you know your why. I'm not saying it's going to be easy because you set the intention, because it's going to be tough. You're going to have that no excuses mind behind it that says, hey, despite the challenges, despite the setbacks, I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep doing the work, even if it feels small, even if it feels important. But it's those little moments where you have that no excuses attitude that I will make time for my goal. I will make time for my why, and I will hold on to my intention. Is that you really set yourself up to win. Because winning demands a why. Winning demands you to be intentional, but winning also demands you to have that no excuses attitude. That attitude that when I show up, despite the setbacks, despite the challenges, I'm going to keep showing up, even when it's hard. I'm going to keep showing up, even when it's tough. I'm going to keep showing up despite the setbacks, despite the doubts, but realize that I'm going to have that no excuses attitude towards the goal. And that's what really separates winners and losers, is that no excuses mindset. That mindset that, hey, you know what? I know this is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it hard. That mindset that I know I'm going to fall 10 times, but I'm going to keep getting back up. That knowing that even when it gets tough and nobody believes in me, I'm going to keep believing. So I'm going to ask you that question. Have you set yourself up to win? Are you putting in the work? Are you believing in the dream? But most importantly, do you know the why? But I want to say this to you because maybe you find yourself at this point of the year already looking for next year. Maybe you've already given up on this year. I want to say it's actually not too late to win. This day is a gift. You're still here, and winning can start today. Can you start today by putting in the work? Can you start today that I will be a no excuses person when it comes to my goal? Can you say today that I will make winning a choice by putting in the work, by knowing my why, by setting the intention and making no excuses even when it gets hard? I'm going to keep showing up because I believe in you. I believe you have what it takes. I believe you're here for the reason. And this year isn't over. This year isn't over. This day is a gift. And you can win if you decide to keep going. You can win if you decide to keep believing. And you can win knowing today that your goals and your dreams and the things you're looking to achieve, friends, this day are still possible for you.